so much for coming today.
Yeah.
My name's Corinne.
Good to meet you. I'm Ashley.
Ashley. Okay. So Ashley, before we begin, I just wanted to, it's our first time meeting, and I just want to know what's it like in the average day for you.
So right now I am a student. I'm just going to BYU. I'm studying human development, so it's there's not really a whole lot to say about that. I go to school, I go to work, and then I come home and I hang out at my house. That's pretty much how it goes.
Wow, so what got you interested in human development?
Yeah, so I don't really know what. I kind of have thought about working with kids in like daycares or something along those lines, but I just have always really liked kids, so I love learning about them. That's fun.
Amazing. I was like one of those teenagers who I never wanted to babysit, even though all my friends babysat and like that's how you made money as a kid, because I was terrified of kids. And I've kind of gotten over that, but like I have a lot of respect for people who are just, some people just have a way with kids, and it's incredible.
I really like them.
Yeah.
They're fun.
That's really awesome. And how is it being a student? Are you working while going to school?
Yeah, so I work on our campus, so I just come to campus at the beginning of the day and I work and go to school, and then I just leave
Okay.
at the end.
That's nice. Is the campus job more like flexible with your student schedule?
Yeah, so it just kind of like fits in between my classes, and I can, it's mostly flexible with my schedule. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and does it have anything to do with what you're wanting to go into, or?
No, it's just to be able to help me pay my rent.
It's a fun campus job?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're not at school and studying and, on campus, what do you like to do with your time?
I like hanging out at my house. I like being with my roommate. I live with a friend from home. And we watch a lot of shows, I guess, on Netflix.
Yeah.
I like to play volleyball a lot, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's really cool. And tell me about your family. Are you away from them? Is the university pretty close to home, or?
Yeah, so all of my family is actually back home where I'm from New Mexico. So I have two siblings, a brother and a sister that both still live back there. So I can go home and like visit them sometimes on like the holidays, but we're pretty far away.
Oh. Is it hard being so far away from home, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty close with both of my siblings, but I'm not married and they both are, and so like the relationship between us all is a little bit different. So they're like there with their families, and so I wish I could be closer, but it's also like not a huge deal.
Yeah. Are they like recently married, or?
Recent-ish. Some of them, my brother's been married for like 3 years, and my sister's been married for 2. So.
Was it weird when they got married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting because, like I said, we were really close, and so when they got married, it just kind of changed the relationship between us. But I really love their spouses; they're really fun. So. Yeah.
Wow, it can be hard, kind of managing that adjustment. Yeah, I remember when my first brother got married, and he didn't come home as much on the weekends from school, and I was like, what is happening? Like, I thought I had a brother. Wow. So what about your parents? What do they do?
So my dad actually passed away a while ago, like 7 or 8 years ago. And then my mom is currently living back east. I don't really have a ton of contact with her, or like any contact with her, but I'm not really sure what she's doing back there. But
yeah, has it been a while since you and your mother last talked or spoken?
Yeah. So basically, since I've moved out of our house, that we haven't really had any kind of contact.
Would you say it doesn't seem like? Are you close with your mom, or did you guys just kind of fade apart with you moving out to school?
So we had a fair amount of issues when we all lived at home, with some like abuse with my dad, and like hard feelings toward my mom. And so when I moved out, then there just like wasn't really any kind of a relationship to save. So we just don't talk.
I'm so sorry. It sounds like a really hard situation to be in. kind of brought you and your siblings so close together was, you know, that your mom, you didn't feel like your mom was there, but your siblings were.
Yeah, so it's always been just the three of us together. And yeah, so we didn't really feel like we could count on our parents, so yeah, they've kind of like stepped into that, been my family.
So, I don't know if it'll be hard to talk about this, but what was the nature of your dad passing? How did that impact you?
Yeah, I mean, with my dad as well as with my mom, like we didn't really ever have any kind of relationship, so I never really like came to any kind of terms of like talking with him when we lived at home or talking with him when I moved away. And so when he passed away, it just really wasn't like I was sad because like he's my dad, but not like I don't feel like I would mourn him in a way that like a normal functioning family would have mourned their dad. It just like he wasn't there anymore.
It's hard to mourn after someone that you kind of feel like was a stranger to you, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how did your mom take it when your dad passed away?
We were all still, well, yeah, I was still at home when he passed away. So, I mean, she had to like be around in the sense that she had to like take care of us, but she's never really like shared her feelings with any of us, so I don't really know how she felt about it.
So it sounds like your mother wasn't very open or trustful of you and your siblings, so it made it hard for you and your siblings to be trustful of your mom.
Yeah.
Did that change after your father's passing, or just no?
Not really, no.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. That feels like something you probably would need to ask her. She's never really, well, yeah, which it's kind of changed recently. She's kind of reached out to see, because she's getting remarried, and so she wants to kind of re-enter me and my siblings' lives, but I don't really feel like there's a point to that, since we don't really have, like I said, we don't really have a relationship to like rekindle. I just don't really know how I feel towards her at the moment.
You're just kind of confused on what feelings you're supposed to be experiencing after she's been distant for so long and then all of a sudden wants to come back. How did it make you feel when she reached out?
Angry. Mostly just angry, yeah. That it just kind of feels like she's trying to grasp onto something that she has no right to grasp.
Yeah. Like she's trying to put something back together that wasn't, put together to begin with. So, what do you think you should do, or have you thought about communicating this to her?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about communicating with her at all. That's kind of why I'm here, because I don't know. Like, I feel like to reach out to her and communicate with her would require me, like, forgiving her for everything that I feel like she's done, and I just don't know if I'm ready to forgive her at this point. So I haven't really thought about any of that.
It's hard when someone who's hurt you a lot. It sounds like your mom's really hurt you, and now she wants to be back in your life after you've kind of moved on and put that pain behind you. And now she wants to re-enter it. And are you afraid that she'll bring more pain if you do let her back in and forgive her?
Yeah, I guess you could say that I would be afraid of that.
So, where do you think, or what do you think needs to happen, both on your end and her end, in order for you to be ready to forgive her and put things aside? Or do you think you'll ever be ready?
Well, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing that really is on me at this point, because, I guess it's on me because she put it on me by reaching out, but our past was like her problem. Like she was the one that was never there to support us, and she never like really did anything to stop my dad, and I don't know, it feels like she's trying to act like the past never happened when it did, and I am not sure that I know anything that I even need to do when it just kind of feels like it should be something that she needs to do.
Yeah. That pain and the hardship you experienced in your childhood is still very real to you, and you feel that she's discrediting that pain and the trauma you went through by, acting so lightheartedly about reconnecting.
Yeah, it almost feels like I said, like that she doesn't really want to, I don't know, it feels like she isn't allowing me to like move on. So like me and my brother and my sister, we've all kind of put that in the past, like you said, and her coming back feels like she's trying to just jump back in after we've gone through like a whole lot of work to try and get over all of this, when it doesn't really seem like it's her place to be there.
Have you talked to your siblings at all about how you feel?
I haven't actually talked with them. It's like a pretty recent development, so we haven't really discussed it, but
do you want to reach out to them? It seems like you're close, so it'd be something that you'd want to discuss, and all of you are in it together.
Yeah, I definitely do want to hear what they have to say about it. It just kind of feels like they're in a different stage of life than I am in, and so their thoughts and like opinions are going to be really different than mine. And so I kind of wanted to talk about it and think about it like for myself, for my own situation, and not necessarily like with them, because they have like their spouses and like their kids, and I don't know, it just felt different.
Yeah, it feels foreign to try to see things from their perspective, or have them see things from your perspective, because the stages of life you're in are so different.
Yeah, and I know my siblings, and I know that they're gonna want to tell me that like we should forgive her and like we should move on, and like I said, I don't know if that's what I want to do right now, so I'm just wanting to kind of think it through on my own.
That's a smart thing to do. I feel like you need to be ready and put their advice aside and move forward with what's going to be best for you. So
yeah, I'm hoping that I can come to my own conclusion, but I don't know as of yet.
Do you feel like you just need time, or you had everything all worked out, and then her trying to come back into your life is just redigging up all the past feelings that you've buried?
It feels, what I really would just wish would happen is if I could just go back to before she reached out and just stay there where I felt like I was comfortable and I knew what was happening and I could count on my daily schedule, and that was pretty much it. But now that is just here, like a little thorn in my side, trying to make me feel bad about the way that I'm living my life. So I don't know.
It can be annoying when somebody else's actions forces us out of our comfort zone and where we want to be, and make us deal with something that we weren't prepared or even ready to deal with.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Oh, it's 14 minutes.